This is my Red Sea Reefer 525 XL. It's 140 gallons total, 108 gallon display, 32 gallon sump. I've got 3 of the Ecotech XR30 Gen 5 Blues running above, along with some fans that are hidden in there to cool the system. They're on battery backups in case the power goes out. There is a chiller, but this was just another layer of protection. The system rock layout was designed so that you'd never be able to see everything from any one angle to cause you to walk around the whole tank. So you can see I've got a nice ravine here, and there's a lot of corals that are hidden back in here. The system is only about 2 months old, so there still is a lot more coral to go in. I'm running 2 of the MP40s for water movement. Down below, I do have a Neptune system on the aquarium, so I have the Apex controller, the 2 MP40 controllers, a breakout box. I've got 2 of the dose pumps here for my calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, and also the AB+. I've got the Neptune DDR tanks down here. You'll see the AB+ is actually stored somewhere else. I'll show that in a minute. I've got the Trident as well. 2 FMM modules for leak detection and auto top off, along with 2 Core 20s controllers in here. Underneath here I've got the Bubble Magnus Curve 7 Elite skimmer, along with 2 Bubble Magnus reactors, the filter roller, a bunch of pumps down below. I've got a UV sterilizer, and I've got the manifold up above. On the back, I've got a fish room. This is a computer I use to control the Neptune Apex system. That's a touchscreen controller, so I'm able to easily turn things on and off, see what's going on. I do have an emergency stop button installed. It's tied into that breakout box that's under the tank. Got a sink in here as well. This is coming really handy. I also have RODI water coming out of here. Got my 20-gallon frag / medical tank here with a XR15 Blue Gen 5, as well as fan for cooling. This is tied into the Neptune system, so it does turn on and off based on the temperature. I also have a second set of controls back here for all the different parameters, auto top-off system as well. This is the control board for that system. You got the water change tied into the dose there, FMM module for auto top-off and leak detection, a PM2 of the PM1s, a PM2, and the ES8. I do have a lot of sensors in the system, so you'll see a lot of optical sensors and leak sensors everywhere. So an optical sensor here that turns certain things off based on the water levels in the tank here. A mixing station, I haven't finished this project yet. I've got the Core 20 pumps for the 2 40-gallon tanks. This is a temporary 20-gallon tank I'm using right now for saltwater changes. It is fully automated. This is the control board for the mixing station. I've got one FMM and the PM2 for salinity, temperature, and then the optical sensors for water levels. I also have 4 momentary buttons here that are tied into that breakout box to allow me to initiate water changes or different things in the station. I also have a RODI unit here with a solenoid. I do have several solenoids in because this water is actually tied into the house. So I've got a solenoid here, and you'll see I have a second solenoid on the quarantine tank and the display tank as well. They each have their own, and they also have the float switch as well. So 3 different levels of protection. They are all tied into the Neptune system. In case there are leaks or anything, it does automatically turn it off. This is my Refugium. It normally runs on an alternating schedule, but I did turn the light on for the video. This is the new Neptune grow light. There's a 10-gallon tank here. I've got some different stuff in there. I've got Kato, I think some pom-pom, and the sea lettuce. Then I've got another control board up here. I've got my water change system up here. This is for the display tank, so it pulls fresh salt water in from the mixing tank, and then it also takes it out using this. I do have this set up so that I can either send the wastewater down the drain or to the frag tank, so I can choose which way I want it to go. Right now it's currently set up to go to the frag tank, so when this pulls water out of this tank, it dumps it in the frag tank, and the frag tank actually dumps down the drain. So it allows me to take water from the main display tank and put it in the frag tank. I've got more FMM modules here for different leak detection. I've got a MP10 controller that I'm currently not using. Another ES8 unit. I've got a CO2 scrubber down here that's tied into the skimmer. This one actually has a solenoid that is tied into the Neptune system. So once the pH reaches 8.3, it opens this and actually bypasses the unit so that the pH does not keep rising. These are two more dose pumps here. These are actually for Phytomyces, ROE, and Arctipods. So there's actually a refrigerator down here that all this food gets pumped from. Twice a day it feeds the aquarium. So it gets pumped out of here, up through there, and then into the display tank through the wall. So it gets dumped right up here. It's set so that it automatically turns the pumps down when this happens twice a day, so it doesn't all go down the drain. I also have a chiller down here that's tied into the display tank. So I've got the fans, and also I have the chiller as well. There's some battery backups in here. I've got a APC unit that's tied into the Neptune system, and then I've got two of the Ecotech battery backups. These are tied into the power head, so if the power goes out, this will run for quite a while. I also have a small battery backup down there on the floor that is tied into the fans in the main aquarium. So that's my setup. Thanks.